Good morning. It's Saturday, and you are looking at my back fence as I'm putting my camera on my windowsill. And so I'm still thinking about this situation because I feel like my life is on hold. I want to be able to find a job that I'm happy with, and I also feel as though I would be better off in another location. And why I made this video today is because as I was drifting off to sleep last night, I was thinking that I'm 100% blameless in this situation. Now, I can't speak for all TIs. I do know that most targeted individuals are victims of harassment. A lot of it has to do with rumors, okay? In my situation, it's rumors. I do have every right to be angry about this situation because, it would be one thing if my family was concerned about me, for example, working too much or whatever, and they had this conversation with me up front, okay? Then it's still not their place to say anything, but at the same time, I would have been more open to hearing what they had to say instead of them going behind the scenes, okay? Their act was malicious, okay? Also, the catty and the ridiculous behavior of my siblings constantly harassing me since I was a child. I mean, all of the things that have been going on with me are just kind of being regurgitated. Some of the comments, and the things are just regurgitations of, things that have been said before. And so this does give me a lot. I mean, I have every right to be angry. I have every right to be suspicious of people. I have every right to be concerned, and I have every right to find a better job and get it the hell out of here. I think there might be a lot of, there's some of the times where I've been called into job interviews to be basically played with. Sometimes you just don't get the job. But in this situation, because everything happened in the order that it did, I know that I was being brought in for harassment. And I find it offensive and petty and wrong. It's just downright wrong because I'm an innocent person in this situation. I mean, I didn't do anything wrong. And, if they're going off of some gossip that my sister's been saying or my family members been saying online, they've been saying that forever, okay? I look basically the same way I have always looked. The only thing about me is that I don't wear braids anymore. I used to switch, and I will do a hair video about black hair and the reasons why we do what we do with our hair, okay? Other than that, I look pretty much the same. I have always been the same person. Okay, I don't wear jeans and I don't wear like tank tops to work and flip-flops to work because I'm no longer working on the farm. Okay, when I worked at the farm, there were times where I did look like that, but we're out in dirt. We're in a dirty area. I was working in a trailer, so you kind of look more laid back in environments like that, especially since there was no dress code or anything like that. So, and then of course, if you work in another place, I mean, where I'm working right now, I would say the secretary dresses very business casual, so I kind of go along with that because it just sets the tone. Everybody else is wearing either slacks or sometimes the guys wear jeans and nice shirts or whatever. But so I don't want to come in looking like wearing jeans and whatever. So wherever I kind of go, once they kind of tell me that there's something established or I can see that there's something established, I don't want to sit here and kind of go against everyone else. Because that could be a rule, okay, or an unspoken rule or whatever. So I go through my mind every night and wonder, why am I sitting here? Why am I going through this job? I don't really care at this point where I move to. I don't. I just want to be able, wherever I can find a decent job, and I could meet people and, develop friendships. I was telling my husband 2 days ago, I'm like, I should have a social calendar filled up with things to do with girlfriends. Like he should be getting phone calls towards the end of the evening saying, oh, I'm sorry, like I used to go out with people. I should say things like, well, I'm going out and having, dinner with my friend. I'm going to go out and go shopping. We're going to go work on a sewing project. I should have a better life than what I have right now. And I don't. And I'm just constantly wondering, like, how can I get out of this mess? I'm not happy where I'm living. I can't see any improvement. I can't see anything. I can't believe that things are going to get better. If they should have been better right once I started making these videos, okay, which were months ago. And I should have, and it paralyzes you. Being in a situation, it does paralyze you because you don't know, if you send out that resume to somebody, are they going to call you in to harass you, Are they doing this because they're really serious? So it's a very scary situation, and it does freeze you because you don't know what you should do. I resent it, and I find it is offensive, it is illegal, and it is harassment, plain and simple. I mean, there's no way in the world I could find anything to be flattered about by being called in. It's not funny, and I don't deserve it. I don't deserve it, and that's my biggest issue. Like every day, I leave from work, I come home, and I'm just flattened. I'm like, okay, I have no interesting things going on at work. Okay, I don't really know anyone. People that I do know, they're rude. The interactions I've had anyway, and it's not really paying my bills. I do know that one of the reasons why I moved to Bakersfield is because of the cost of living, and so I need to find a decent paying job somewhere else. And so that's another thing. When you're going through workplace mobbing and community harassment, they'll try to change your job. They'll try to change what you do for a living, and the problem with that is that at my age, I don't have a skill that's going to be able to pay me enough money to, if they were to just throw me out of accounting, which would be wrong because you can't, it's illegal, throw me out of accounting and my level position of accounting and maybe start doing something else, I would never be able to live, okay? I find that I understand I cannot stay in this town. I just don't want to. I can't even imagine, striking up a conversation with anyone or anything because that's how severe this issue is to me. So, but you boxes you in. It's like, how do you look for a job? I got pulled into a few job interviews that were quite distances from my home, and I went, and it was just for the purpose of harassing me. And I was unemployed at the time. I had no money, so it was like, I'm making an effort to get out and try to change my life, but this sort of behavior, and they should know that it's illegal. So I'm not the kind of person who. I think that this situation should have proven my abilities. I don't know why I should have to prove my abilities after working in accounting for almost 20 years. Actually, yeah, in April of 2017, I will be working in accounting for 17 years. I have never botched up anybody's books. I've never done anything wrong. I've always done, good things. I think maybe they might think because I have a bubbly personality and because I do make clothes at home that they think, well, maybe she's more artistic. I'm not artistic, okay? I'm a crafty person. I like to make crafts, okay? Artistic people can make things by scratch, okay? Most of my clothes are made with patterns. Very few patterned clothes that I've made are without patterns, and I'm not a great pattern maker. I'm not proficient in my craft. They're just enjoyable things that I like to do as an escape. And how I feel about sewing, I love the end result of what I make, but do I actually enjoy the process of sewing? I'm going to tell you I don't, okay? There is nothing fun about ironing long pieces of fabric. There's nothing fun about, making sure all your pattern's all flat, pinning it down and cutting all that out. The only part I really enjoy of it is actually sewing it, okay? But that's not something that I would ever want to do for a living. I'm passionate about business, the way that they're set up, the way that they're structured. And I also, when working in accounting, it puts everything in perspective. It's just something that makes me feel extremely happy. And it's what I found. It was my niche, okay? Whether people recognize it as my niche or not. The thing is, most people don't know me, okay? And in most community harassment issues, people are basing it on rumors. I would say that most people that I know in this town, most people who I've encountered, I hope you can hear me from here, I'm pouring me a cup of coffee, they don't know me. They don't know me, they don't know, they might know that, I like certain clothes, they might know that, I have certain hobbies, but as far as, the intricacies of my personality, my likes, my things I don't like, some of my deep-seated political views or whatever, even though I really don't have any strong political views. I just don't get involved in that arena, but nobody knows me. So they think that they know what's right for me. They don't know what's right for me. Growing up, I was telling my husband, I would work a lot of fast food jobs or, maybe telemarketing jobs, because that's a teenage job or a young adult job. You'll do that because, you just need to make some money. It's not a very focused job because you're just trying to make extra cash, okay? You don't care if it really, you don't think about, does this coincide with my personality? Does this fit who I am? And I would work these jobs, and I would absolutely hate them, okay? I would hate them so much. And I knew that when I got older, somehow, some way, I need to find something that's right for me. And when I got into accounting, it was right for me. Because number one, it is kind of a solitary job, okay? But you do get enough interaction. But there's just something about it. I mean, it makes sense. I love the way that everything is in balance, And it takes a person who may not be a math enthusiast, but it makes you like it. It's a very strange thing. It's just I felt like I found what was right for me, and that's what's right for me. And I also do enjoy managing people. I do like to bring order and structure, and I do. And I also want to say really quick that my emphasis on relating to business laws. It's not to try to be a stickler or that I don't like having fun or anything like that. But I'm an example of what happens when people are either ignorant of the laws or people who have corrupted the law. And there's a lot more. There's a lot more in this country and other parts of the world people who are being affected by this, because when people deviate from the standard of the law, like blacklisting people, harassing them, discriminating against them for reasons that are just insane, these issues right here is what prevents people from being able to live. It violates their rights. It's one of the reasons why we have laws, because when you violate people's rights, it makes life burdensome. Right now, I have no idea. I'm like a nomad. I don't know where I belong, okay? I can't just, pick up the phone or apply to a job and say, hey, I'm on my way. I want to move to, I want to move to New York, okay? If I just wanted to say, I want to move to New York. Because of what has happened, it restricts your freedom, okay? Because you got people who want to play games or whatever. And it is illegal. It just is. It's plain and simple. And people should have known that, okay? I don't have disharmony, and I don't like to cause disharmony with other people. I'm a live and let live person, and as long as people don't do things to affect my life, I'm fine. Nobody in this situation had any right to do what they did, okay? Whether that be my family, that's ridiculous, okay? I'm 45 years old, and they have been harassing me since I was a kid, okay? And as far as his family is concerned, like I said, I don't know his family. I do relate to his mother being a little upset about me lying to her son. I do realize that, okay, and it was wrong, okay, but it still had nothing to do with employment, and it still should have been something that was confronted to my face. I'm not saying I'm just such an innocent person in all of this, okay, but at the same time, the punishment doesn't fit the crime. So anything that relates to employment, I think it's ridiculous. It doesn't make any sense. I would very much like to start over again, and I don't care where I have to start over. I mean, don't get me wrong, there's certain places that I never considered living, okay, but I don't like Nevada. I hate that place. I would never want to live there. But if I was desperate, I'd have to. I'm kind of desperate now, but I still don't want to live there. I wouldn't want to live in Alaska. Wouldn't want to live in Hawaii. I know a lot of people like Hawaii. I don't like Hawaii. But there are certain places that I'm good. I'm fine, okay, as long as I have a decent paying job. And as long as I can have, social interaction, and I could feel, like I'm not so isolated, I would feel a lot better. And that's really what I want to do. I want a better start. I want a new start. I'm obsessed with having a new start. I'm not happy here. I mean, I come home from work every day in a bad mood, and I just want to go to bed, and I don't want to talk to anybody. And that's how I am, because it clouds everything. It clouds your mood, it clouds your outlook, it makes you wonder what's going to happen, what's my future. Like I said in my last videos, I'm 45 years old. This game this is a time where this game should have never been played, okay? It is not a good situation to be in for someone in my age, okay? I mean, don't get me wrong, young targeted individuals shouldn't have to deal with this either, but to be stupid enough to say, well, this woman's been in accounting for 20 years, okay? And she likes doing what she does. She's really enthusiastic about it. And so we're going to just try to give her like a customer service agent's job. I can't stand customer service. Now, mind you, I understand what makes customer service great. I could advise people on that for a little bit. But I don't like being on the phone. I don't like answering phones, okay? I don't. I can pick up the phone if somebody's calling for me. I'm not the receptionist type of person, okay? I don't want to be one-on-one with people. Just because I'm outgoing doesn't mean I don't like my alone time, okay? And that's one of the reasons why I also like accounting. I like being behind my toasty, warm computer screen. I like shuffling through my papers in that little solitary space, my desk, okay? And that was everything to me. I mean, I would be so excited sometimes going to work because, if there was an issue that needed to be solved or whatever, and it would be going through my mind all night. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not the kind of person who thinks about work all the time, because I don't. but it was something I enjoyed. For once in my life, I found my niche, and that is my niche. And